how to set the hood. Chardon, hey, true crime fans. Welcome back to another episode of Chardon, hey, true crime. I'm your host, Dakota. With me, as always, is the lovely Kate.
That's me.
That is her. And tonight, we are going to be finishing up our two-part series on Oklahoma City. This is going to be a rough one. This is going to be a long one. We've already got 10 pages of notes. And Oof. Yeah, it's 10 pages of notes. And knowing us, there's going to be tangents.
Yeah, if Tuesday taught us anything.
especially since I didn't even include all the stuff about Alex Jones in the notes.
Oh, so boy.
Yeah. Also, just a heads up for those of you who are sensitive to this sort of thing, we are going to be playing 2 audio recordings of the Oklahoma City bombing.
Oof.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that, so thanks for the heads up.
Yep. Just a heads up. It's not going to be quite as bad as Columbine. Those audio recordings were horrible. Oh my god. And this isn't good either. You know, it's literally you hear a building explode from a meeting of in another building, but it's neither here nor there. There's just a lot of stuff that's going on in tonight's episode. So let's get it started.
Let's finish talking about old Timmy boy. Old Noodle boy.
Noodle boy McVeigh.
I love how, like, whenever we have, like, a nickname like that, like, we say boy the same way. It's a boy.
Noodle boy. Yeah. And goat boy.
Yeah.
Oh. And goat boy.
Piss boy. Piss goat boy.
Pissy goat boy. He was pissy goat boy. That's your son. Yeah, I know. And he's pissy goat boy.
I know. And my son, this stupid goat boy, keeps pissing in the bed.
Seriously, what am I supposed to do about this? Fucking goat boy. He's pissing in the fucking bed.
But we are not here to talk about Pissy Goat Boy tonight.
I almost wish that we were. Is that bad? Is that bad?
Oh god, there were just so many opportunities to make fun of him.
It was so easy.
It really was. That was a good week.
The Halloween week, that was I'm gonna say it, that was fun.
That was.
Yeah. Instead, let's get back into some domestic terrorism.
Yay!
Yeah. All right, let's get back into it with Timothy McVeigh. So when we left off, Timothy McVeigh had decided that he was going to do something big. He decided to blow up a federal building because, as we know, McVeigh is he's a white supremacist. He is a neo-Nazi piece of shit. He's anti-government. And you know, it's always really funny to me about like these anti-government people. This is actually something that I was thinking about a lot today while I was finishing up the notes. It's always so funny to me, these guys who are like so anti-government and everything. And they're like, my constitutional rights, this, that, and the other. You know who gave you constitutional rights? The fucking government.
Yeah, right? It's just like, yeah, like I'm so like I hate the government, but I want my rights, and it's just like that.
I want to have my guns, and it's just like, who gave you the right to have those guns? The government.
So it's like, no, you're not anti-government. You are anti. I don't know. I guess. I don't know.
I don't fucking know. So,
I don't know. They're dumb.
Yeah, they're dumb. So, yeah, McVeigh decides, I'm going to blow up a fucking federal building.
Brilliant. Power move. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it works out for him.
Yeah. I would say that Timothy McVeigh is a power bottom. What do you think? wine come out of your nose?
It didn't get quite that far. It got like into the sinus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. You said that.
Yeah, I did. So what do you think? Timothy McVeigh, power bottom or...
I think Timothy McVeigh is a straight up incel, but that's just me.
I mean, yeah. Definitely. But if he were to have sex.
Oh, that's a big if.
Well, he did have it that one time. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Stuck
his noodle. Got his noodle wet.
Stuck his noodle.
I feel like he's the kind of guy who would be like a Tumblr dom who,
right?
You know, like he thinks he's in charge, but like the only reason that he's like dominant is because like he likes being abusive.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. Mm-hmm. I'll definitely agree with that one. Yeah. Hot takes on Timothy McVeigh in bed. That's what we do here.
Yep. This is what we do. This is what we bring to the show. We bring we bring serial killers and murderers like sexualities into it.
Yeah, but not even like we're like, oh, they were like, straight or whatever, so this is why they did this. No, it's literally just, was he a power bottom or a Tumblr dom?
Just like, how did he fuck?
Oh, it's so bad. It's
the things that you didn't need to know.
And we're bringing to you
all the questions about serial killers you want to know, but we're afraid to ask.
Here we go. Hot takes.
Oh, we're going to sip on these hot takes.
Well, we sip on our wine. All right, so Timothy McVeigh told Michael Fortier, one of his only friends from the army, remember? His little army buddy, Michael Fortier.
You are very quiet for me right now.
That's weird. Can you hear me now?
A little better.
I don't really know what else I can do.
I don't know. That's super weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Maybe try plugging in your headphones. Oh, wait, but if you plug in your headphones, then you won't be able to use the microphone, so...
Oh, yeah. I also don't know where my headphones are right now.
That's fine. We'll just deal with it. So, anyways, Timothy McVeigh told his friend from the army, Michael Fortier, about his plans to blow up a federal building. And Fortier claims that he declined to participate, but he did actually also tell his wife about the plans.
Wow, what a rat.
So funny story about Fortier, actually. He, weirdly enough, Timothy McVeigh was totally okay with him having an interracial relationship because his wife was a mail order bride.
What?
Yeah.
So it's okay to, mix the races as long as you, pay for it?
Yeah.
As long as you pay for shipping and handling?
You think he got her on Amazon?
Next day shipping with Amazon Prime.
Yeah. If you don't like her, they send you a box and a label inside the box so you can send her back. No, apparently McVeigh was totally all about the mail a bride idea, because in his mind, American women were too stuck up.
So were you a white supremacist or not?
I don't think he even knows.
He can't. What the fuck, man? He can't make up his mind.
No, not at all. He cannot make up his mind. No.
I guess okay, here's my guess. he probably thinks that it's like, you know, white males over everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then like white women ideally, but like if you don't have homegrown, store-bought is fine.
I don't like that. I don't like that. No, so he was, and remember, he was the fucking best man at their goddamn wedding.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Michael Fortier. Oh. And his wife's name was Lori. Yeah. So anyway, McVeigh composed 2 letters to ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, in case you didn't remember from the Waco episode.
Oh God, I've got like mini hiccups right now.
Get it together, woman. Jesus.
I'm so fucking sorry.
We're talking about terrorism. That one was actually like kind of funny. It was like perfectly timed. Okay, wait, Kate. I'm gonna scare the hiccups out of you. Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
It's gonna be really, really scary. Are you ready?
Okay.
Tumbler Toms.
Where?
God damn it didn't work.
Nope, apparently not.
Okay, I gotta think of something even scarier. 4chan!
I hiccuped right as you said that.
Yeah, I know. Apparently your hiccups are incels.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be annoying.
This is gonna be annoying, yeah. Can I continue, or do you need a minute to drink some water?
No, you go ahead. I'll just hold my breath for a minute.
All right, go ahead. So he composed 2 letters because that's what he fucking did. When he got pissy about shit, he decided, I'm gonna write a letter about it. Because, you know, that's just the kind of guy this fucking idiot is. So the first letter was titled Constitutional Defenders. And the second was titled with the oh so subtle headline ATF Read. Okay. It's like when a kid, like, you know, wants to like run away, so they leave a note on their like bed and it says, read me, I have run away, blah blah blah, whatever. Like, no, he denounced government officials as fascist tyrants and stormtroopers because remember, he thinks that he's Luke Skywalker. Yeah.
I'm so angry about that.
And he warned in one of these letters, ATF, all you tyrannical motherfuckers will swing in the wind one day for your treasonous actions against the Constitution of the United States. Remember the Nuremberg War trials. Referring, of course, to the Nuremberg trials after World War II, wherein they tried high-level Nazis and basically anyone caught committing war crimes during World War II.
Yeah, I don't think that's how people are executed anymore, Timmy boy.
No. Talk about like the fucking the Geneva Convention. Just Hitler shit all over that, didn't he? The Geneva Convention was signed in 1929, as we found out, and World War II started in the 30s, I want to say.
And Hitler was just kind of like, I wipe my nose with this bullshit.
Yeah, seriously. World War II started in 1939, the same year as the fucking Geneva Convention. Or no, 10 years after the Geneva Convention was signed.
Wow. Nothing is sacred, not even the Geneva Convention.
Oh, the Geneva Convention is definitely not sacred. in case my rant from the other night told you nothing about my feelings on the Geneva Convention. And
God, we got so wine angry about that shit.
God, I got so wine angry. Yeah. All right. So McVeigh also wrote another letter to recruit a customer named Steve Colburn. So he's trying to recruit someone by saying, a man with nothing left to lose is a very dangerous man, and his energy/anger can be focused towards a common/righteous goal. What I'm asking you to do then is sit back and be honest with yourself. Do you have kids/wife? It literally says kids/wife.
Not kids and a wife.
You
Not
are interchangeable.
Not kids and a wife. Not do you have kids or do you have a wife? Do you have kids/wife?
Do you have kids/wife?
It's like really bad, like targeted ads on like porn sites.
Yeah, right? Seriously. Hot single looking in your space.
Just want to make your dick grow bigger? I mean, I've been watering it for years and it just won't go anywhere.
No. Are you using the right fertilizer?
Yeah, I've been spraying it with Miracle Grow every other day.
Yeah. Speaking of fertilizer, we're going to get into fertilizer in a bit because there's interesting things about fertilizer. But do you have kids/wife? Would you back out at the last minute to care for the family? Are you interested in keeping your firearms for their current/future monetary value? Or would you drag that 06 through the rock, swamp, and cactus to get off the needed shot? In short, I'm not looking for talkers, I'm looking for fighters. And if you are a Fed, think twice. Not if you are a Fed, think twice. Think twice about the Constitution you're supposedly enforcing. Isn't enforcing freedom an oxymoron? And think twice about catching us with our guard down. You will lose, just like Deegan did, and your family will lose.
Homie's so extra.
So extra. He is so extra. Just
Also,
wait until we get to the end of the episode because, like, he gets raw extra down there.
And it's just so many slashes. Like, dude, are you like, do you hate the word and or? Do you hate those?
Apparently. But McVeigh began announcing that he had progressed from the propaganda phase to the action phase. He wrote to his Michigan friend, Gwenda Strider, saying, I have certain other militant talents that are in short supply and greatly demanded. McVeigh later said that he considered a campaign of individual assassination with eligible targets, including Attorney General Janet Reno, who we remember from being the Attorney General during the Waco siege.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I knew that name sounded familiar.
The one who made the call to, like, storm Waco, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Judge Walter S. Smith Jr. of Federal District Court, who handled the Branch Davidian trial, and Lon Haruchi, a member of the FBI hostage rescue team, who shot and killed Vicki Weaver in the standoff at Ruby Ridge. Now, he said that he wanted Reno to accept full responsibility indeed, not just words. Such an assassination seemed too difficult, and he decided since federal agents had become soldiers, he would strike at them at their command centers. Now, according to his authorized biography, he decided that he could make the loudest statement by bombing a federal building. And after the bombing, he was ambivalent about his act and the deaths that he caused. As he said in letters to his hometown newspaper, he sometimes wished that he had carried out the series of assassinations against police and government officials instead. However, that contradicts some of the things that I've learned about him and his thought process behind this, such as he considered federal buildings to be akin to the Death Star. I'm going to give you a second to absorb that. Go ahead.
Okay. So,
yeah,
I get where he's coming from with that.
Mm-hmm.
But no!
Yeah, in his mind, the federal buildings were akin to the Death Star, and while not all stormtroopers were guilty of crimes against the people and the galaxy, the Republic, yeah. Well, not all stormtroopers were guilty of crimes against the Republic individually. They worked for the Death Star, thus making them guilty by association.
The Death Star wasn't like the main hub.
Yeah, I know.
The Death Star was a giant weapon.
I'm aware. And he thinks that a federal building is basically a giant weapon used to train stormtroopers. For lack of a better word.
I'm going to kill myself.
Calm down. You're going to have plenty more reasons to kill yourself in the future. So.
Oh my god.
By the future, I mean that. By the future, I of course mean the future of this episode.
Gotcha. Oh my god. Like, I love Star Wars. It's like, I'm not the best when it comes to like Star Wars knowledge and trivia. I am a fan of Star Wars, but holy shit, is that as wrong as he could possibly get? Like, if I'm the one who is being like, dude, you are so wrong, you know that he is so fucking wrong.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, a lot of like these white supremacist guys, they all feel the same way. I wonder how they feel knowing that a black man voiced Darth Vader.
Yeah, and also that, like, you know, like every version of like, oh my god, like I can't even remember what like the bad side's name.
The Empire.
Yeah, like the Empire, like the First Order, and like whatever else, you know, like they've always been a symbol, like they've always been representative of like fascism and Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like,
and here's Noodle Boy McVeigh thinking that he's Luke Skywalker.
Oh god,
you angry.
I want to get Mark Hamill on the phone. I need to call Space Dad.
Mark Hamill on the phone, please do.
I need to call Space Dad and tell him my anger.
I don't know if he's Space Dad because Carrie Fisher was Space Mom, so
Mark Hamill kind of became Space Dad.
Okay, he took up the mantle after Carrie passed away.
Like as actors, like they separately kind of became Space Mom and Space Dad. Like Luke and Leia as Mark and Carrie.
Yeah, all right, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so as a resident of Kingman, Arizona, Timothy McVeigh considered targets in Missouri, Arizona, Texas, and Arkansas, and he stated in his authorized biography, the one that I was talking about on Tuesday, American Terrorist.
Oh, right, yeah.
That he wanted to minimize non-governmental casualties, so he ruled out a 40-story building in Little Rock, Arkansas, because a florist's shop occupied the space on the ground floor. However, that really didn't seem to stop him from picking the Murrah building, because the Murrah building, it wasn't just like, you know, ATF and everything. Like, yes, there was an ATF office in the Murrah building. But you know what else there was in the Murrah building? A fucking Social Security office. You know who's going to Social Security? People with their newborn babies to get Social Security cards. People going to pick up their Social Security checks. And you know what else they had in that building? A nursery.
Oh, God. I was going to say an orphanage is a joke, but nursery I think is worse.
They had a daycare at that building.
Oof.
And you know where Timothy McVeigh parked his truck? right under the daycare.
Oh my God.
If he looked up at the building, he would have seen the pictures that children had drawn at daycare hanging in the windows. And he tried at one point to claim that he didn't know that there was a daycare there. However, we're going to find out in the next few sentences. In December 1994, McVeigh and Michael Fortier visited Oklahoma City to inspect the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. The Murrah Building had been targeted in 1983 by a white supremacist group called the Covenant, the Sword, and the Arm of the Lord, including founder James Ellison and Richard Snell. Because all these people have to have the stupidest fucking names, apparently.
Everything about that sounds horrible. Like from the names of the organization to the names of the founders.
The Covenant, the Sword, and the Arm of the Lord honestly just sounds like an album that Euronymous would have fucking produced. Yeah, we are putting together a really good new album, you guys. It's called The Covenant, the Sword, and the Arm of the Lord.
All of that is a metaphor for my penis.
Obviously. Fucking Euronymous.
Oh God!
If I can get a shot in at Euronymous in any episode, I'm fucking going to.
Honestly, but
he is the only murder victim that I don't feel bad for so far.
But like Richard Snell, like
yeah, you know that in school kids called him Dick Smell. I am gonna start calling him Dick Smell.
Or if he was like really slow, it was like Dick Snail.
Yeah, but like, you know, I just feel like Dick Smell is just so much more insulting because, like, you know, he could have
it's so much grosser.
It's so much grosser. It's like that scene in The Interview where you've only seen it once, right? Or have you not seen
I haven't seen it at all.
Okay, I need to show you that movie because it's actually fucking hilarious. But there's a scene in it where Franco like wakes up after having like a huge party and he's like yelling at Seth Rogen and he's like, "Oh man, I don't know who I fucked last night, but I got stank dick."
Oh God. Oh.
Right?
Oh,
but like, you know, yeah. Dick Smell.
That's so gross.
So the group had plotted to park a van or a trailer in front of the federal building and blow it up with rockets detonated by a timer. And after Snell's appeal for murdering 2 people in unrelated cases was denied, it happened that he was executed the same day as the Murrah bombing.
We've come full circle.
Almost come full circle. We need to we are going to have some references to 9/11 at this point. Yeah, we're going to have a reference to 9/11 coming up.
Oh boy. I just meant specifically the Covenant had come full circle.
What's really interesting to me is just how much all of this shit ties together. You know what I mean?
Gee, it's almost like terrorism has like a trend to it.
Huh. What an interesting concept. You know what? I'm going to need some more drinks for this, and I'm out of wine. I will be right back.
All right, you go get your booze.
While I'm doing that, go ahead and remind everyone about our Patreon.
Oh, yeah. And then also while she's doing that, y'all should Venmo her so she can buy more wine, too.
Yeah.
So, got some stuff coming up on Patreon. We have our right to a serial killer. So we have a couple people who we want to get together and write letters to. We obviously won't be sending those letters from our personal homes because we don't want them to find us ever, because that would be terrible. We got to do some more cooking with Dorothea Puente. We need to find out what the hell those breadcrumbs were all about. That crazy old lady. What'd you say?
Those fucking breadcrumbs.
We're so mad about the breadcrumbs. What do they mean?
Where do they go?
Answer our questions, Dorothea.
You dead bitch. I got what's left of a 6-pack of my favorite pineapple cider.
Oh yeah, I think you have to try that.
Yeah, it's really good. I love it. I drank 2 of them last night, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to drink 2 more of them tonight.
Only 2?
Possibly even more, depending on how mad I get at Timothy McVeigh. It just... And I was getting pretty fired up while I was writing the notes tonight, so, you know. But anyways,
Let's keep going.
The 9-story building, built in 1977, was named for a federal judge and housed 14 federal agencies, including the DEA, ATF, Social Security Administration, and recruiting offices for the Army and the Marine Corps.
I forgot what the DEA is.
Oh my God. God damn it. The Drug Enforcement Administration.
That's right. I knew it was drugs.
Yeah, it's the people who basically are like, no, we can't make all drugs legal. And then, what was it? Oregon was just like,
Oregon was just like, drugs?
Drugs? And everybody else in Oregon was just like, yes, drugs.
And the DEA was just like, we're okay. No, thank you.
Drugs?
No, we don't want it. It's
drugs.
Who invited?
That's literally what happened with the DEA and Oregon. Oregon is that weird owl. Honestly, like, I can't think of a better way to describe Oregon.
Honestly, yeah, like if Oregon as a whole had a Patronus, it's that owl from that vine.
Specific owl from that specific vine. Absolutely. Also, we would like to state for the record that we are both very supportive of Oregon decriminalizing all drugs. Yeah. We stand with Oregon on that, don't we, Kate?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, anyways, McVeigh chose the Murrah building. And for anyone who thinks that I'm pronouncing it wrong, it is actually spelled Murrah. Murrah.
What other way would it be pronounced?
So I saw some people on YouTube pronouncing it the Murray building, and I'm like, no, it's Murrah. Yeah.
Bitch, where?
I know, right? For the record, for those of you who don't know, Kate reads the notes off of her phone because she doesn't have a laptop yet.
Not yet, but soon. Very soon.
Yeah, are you getting it soon?
Yeah, yeah, it should be next time I see my sister, pretty much, most likely.
Cool. Did you give her the money for it already?
No, not yet. I'm going to do that when I get paid, which is this week.
Yay. Perfect. And then hopefully you'll have a better video quality. That'll be great.
Hopefully, yeah.
Anyway, so
this camera really softens out all of my blemishes, but you also I just don't feel like I'm very clear either.
No, not really. We got to work on your background too before I leave.
You don't like my sunflower?
No, I like the sunflower. It's just everything else.
I understand.
Except Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher can stay.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere. Space Mom stays.
When I bring you my desk, we'll figure that out. Okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So he chose the Murrah building because he expected its glass front to shatter under the impact of the blast. And he also believed that its adjacent large open parking lot access or across the street might absorb and dissipate some of the force and protect the occupants of nearby non-federal buildings. That ended up not being true, but we will get into that when we talk more about the actual day of.
That doesn't sound like that's how that would work.
It's not. It's not how it worked. It's not how any of that worked. It's like that fucking what is that commercial? The one where the old lady's like, that's not how that it works. That's not how any of this works.
Oh, I think it's like, I think that's like a
commercial. Yeah.
I think that's like a Geico commercial or something where somebody, like, it's old ladies who are trying to use Facebook and they just have like a bunch of pictures taped up to their wall.
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the commercial that I'm talking about. Yeah, she's like, that's not how any of this works. We've got a really interesting comment here from Twitch saying, I'm surprised no one was keeping tabs on Tim before he did what he did. We like to talk about the international threats in today's society, but in regards to McVeigh, obviously he has some built-up anger for years and resentment towards the government. I think the federal government should have done more, like perhaps keeping an eye on him and what he was doing. And I absolutely agree with you, Dark Sage 9117. Timothy McVeigh should have been on a federal watch list long before, because he sent countless numbers of letters that we touched on in the last episode to the government talking about just all this shit. I mean, if they were watching the couple at Ruby Ridge, they should have been watching Timothy McVeigh way more closely.
Yeah, this wasn't the kind of thing, like, with
Ruby Ridge was entrapment anyways. Ruby Ridge was entrapment. We have discussed that. We have gone on the record with the belief that Ruby Ridge was absolutely entrapment. But they couldn't entrap fucking Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah, it's not like he gave them any sort of
warning.
Yeah, or like probable cause, like, you know, very explicit letter, like describing his feelings of anger and resentment and like vague or specific threats.
No, none whatsoever. Like, no, Timothy McVeigh absolutely should have been on some sort of watch list or something.
Yeah, I don't understand how, like, after that, you know, that comment about, like, you know, remember these trials and like
Nuremberg trials.
Yeah, like, how was that not immediately like taken as a threat?
Maybe we should keep an eye on this guy. I mean,
yeah, like, this doesn't seem like the kind of situation where the government like should like I understand, like, you know, there's people who will like make like who will make like wild, outlandish threats. And I understand, like, there being situations where the government's like, oh, okay, this is just somebody crazy, like, just throw it in the garbage. But like, I don't feel like with the way this guy was going, that it should have been taken as just like, this guy's just a little bit wacko. Like, no, it's just like, okay, he's not shutting the fuck up.
Yeah.
Should we go check on this guy, maybe?
Like, let's go, you know, see what he's about. Maybe look into the things that he's buying or like doing, or the people he's hanging out with. Like, I could be put onto a federal watch list for ordering the anarchist cookbook. I want you to know that if I were to buy the anarchist cookbook online, which I already have a copy of, if I were to buy that online, I would be put on a watch list. And with the number of true crime shit that I research on my computer, I'm sure I'm already on some kind of fucking list. I'm sure. And I've got friends that have worked in IT and stuff, and they tell me, like, your computer keeps everything that you research. He's told me that, and it freaks me out to know that. However, I can't buy a book online without getting put on a watch list. And Timothy McVeigh was able to do this shit. Now, we do have a follow-up comment here in the comments saying, I will say, I do think at some point in his life, something happened that led him down this path. No one is born evil. Something happened deep inside that caused him to snap and commit the act he did. I do wonder if his accomplice, I believe Terry Nichols was his name, and I believe he went along with McVeigh for fear of his own life. Okay, we're gonna get into we're gonna get a little bit more into Terry Nichols's participation in this coming up. But I absolutely believe that something happened in his life that led him down this path. I believe that he was hanging out with white supremacists, which is never good. He treated the Turner Diaries like it was the Bible.
Gospel.
Yeah, seriously. And I believe that what happened to him during Desert Storm totally fucked him up. Not to mention the fact that when he returned from Desert Storm, he tried to reach out to the VA to get help for his PTSD and Gulf War syndrome, but he was too afraid to say his own name, to the point that he thought if he said his own name to the VA to try and get a meeting with a psychiatrist, it would affect his ability to get a job in the future after coming back with Gulf War syndrome and having dealt with the fucking horrors that he dealt with during the Gulf War, which is 4 days of horrors, but still.
Like, it was big horrors.
It's horrors nonetheless. I went through like 1 day of horror when I was assaulted, and that still fucks with me on occasion. So
yeah. You know, it doesn't have to be prolonged trauma for it to be traumatic.
Trauma. Yeah, exactly. And this is the point where I open the first beer.
Yeah, you know, your trauma and whatever happens to you doesn't have to be going on for years for it to have a severe and intense impact on you.
No, absolutely not. I was assaulted one night, and that has impacted me for the past 8 years. I'm doing a lot better than I was doing for a very long time. However, yeah, in September, it was 8 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually able to go back to Las Vegas without having anxiety about it. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's good since you're moving there.
Yeah, seriously. But anyways, so in addition, McVeigh believed that the open spaces around the building would provide better photo opportunities for propaganda purposes, and he planned the attack for April 19th, 1995 to coincide with the second anniversary of the Waco siege and the 220th anniversary of the battles of Lexington and Concord during the American Revolution, because he truly believed that he was starting the new American Revolution.
Bruh!
Yeah.
My dude!
Yeah. Gonna give you a second for that one to settle in. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god, that's like... I don't even know how to describe how I feel about that. Like...
I get it. I do. I understand what you're saying.
Like, the fucking ego, my god!
The audacity.
The Caucasian audacity.
Caucasity.
Oh god.
Yeah. So,
what in white nonsense?
Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols then bought or stole all of the parts that they would need to make the bomb and built the bomb inside the back of a rental truck using 13 barrels, each of which ended up weighing nearly 500 pounds.
You mean they bought / stole all of the parts?
They bought / stole all of the parts. Do you have a kid / wife?
And it was like, do you have kids / wife? So like,
kids / wife. The kids are the wife.
Oh my god. So like, if kids weren't there, it was just like, do you have wife?
Do you have wife?
Oh god.
Fucking Noodle McVeigh.
You're my kid / wife.
You're my kid / wife, Roy. You're my kid / wife.
If anything, I'm the kid / husband.
Okay. All right, let's keep going. So at trial, it was revealed that Terry Nichols knew who we know had denied being a part of the bombing. Like I said, talked about this extensively to his wife, and she revealed that she believed that McVeigh had created a shaped charge. Now, a shaped charge is where you pack enough explosives into one area so that it'll go in the explosion will be way worse in like one spot. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sort of.
So it's believed that well, if you like put most of the explosives on the left side of the truck is going to be a lot worse than the right side of the truck. I don't know. That kind of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of shit. So anyway, so she claimed that he did this by packing the ammonium nitrate used in the bomb on the side in the barrels, and then stacking those barrels on the side of the van that the truck was going to be facing. However, this has been deemed unlikely to have happened since stacking the bomb all on one side of the van would have caused the van to either flip over or and also caused like severe axle damage to the van, considering that it ended up weighing like so much. Like,
yeah,
altogether,
that car wouldn't have been able to move.
No, altogether it ended up weighing something like they say 7,000 pounds. I don't know if it was quite 7,000 pounds. I think it was more like 4,000 pounds, but that's just me. But anyway, the bomb cost $5,000 to create, which in 2020 money is $8,585. So it's literally 8,585.
That's about how much my sister's wedding cost.
Jeez. So you can either pay. So with that much money, you can either pay for a bomb or a wedding. So we've got a comment here, and it is so our friend Dark Sage wonders. I do wonder, and I am not sure this has ever been talked about, why did Tim choose the Alfred P. Murrah building as the target, and why Oklahoma? Was he even from the area or the state? If he wanted to get back to the government for what occurred in Waco and Ruby Ridge, it would not. Sorry, I lost my spot. It would not have made more sense for Tim to select a target in Texas or somewhere closer to Waco or Ruby Ridge to make a statement. I am asking that in all seriousness. So, Dark Sage, according to Timothy McVeigh in his approved biography, he chose the Murrah building because he thought that he wasn't, for the record, he was not from Oklahoma. He was from Pendleton, New York. That's where he was raised after his parents' divorce. And if you are really interested in hearing the first episode of this, go ahead and check us out on YouTube. It is Chardonnay True Crime on YouTube. And you can see our live stream from Tuesday where we talk about his early life, such as, why he had the name Noodle McVeigh.
And we also went on a very extreme tangent about like the terrorism of the United States military. So fun. So much fun. I
got really wine drunk and yelled about that for a while. So that was fun.
Yeah, I had literally an entire bottle of wine that night.
I had most, usually I can split up a bottle for 2 episodes. I was only able to get 1 glass out of a bottle for tonight's episode. So now I'm drinking hard cider. So that's right now. However, he chose the Murrah building because the Murrah building, in his opinion, had a parking lot across the street. And he thought that would help absorb the blast and it would keep it from affecting non-government buildings. And unfortunately, that's not the way that it worked out. And we're going to get into that in just a little bit. I'm describing the bomb right now. What, Kate? Yes.
I know why. Because that's
Why?
not how that fucking works.
That's not how physics works, Kate.
That's not how that fucking works.
Okay. He also said that he thought that that the area would be good for photographs, to do propaganda, to make propaganda in the area, and that is according to Timothy McVeigh himself. And he thought that the just seeing because the building was like glass fronted. Let me find a picture of the building before it blew up.
I'm sure there must be some.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And there's like some really nice. They've turned it into a memorial now, which is absolutely gorgeous. But I want to see. All right, so yeah, I found a picture. Hang on, it's small. I need to find a bigger picture. But yeah, so there was like a glass front to it. The building was designed in the 70s, so there were like, oh, glass buildings. You know, they were like, oh, look at this glass building. Hang on a second.
Gosh, you can look into our entire building.
Yeah, this'll work. All right, so let me just throw this picture up real quick. And I do appreciate you asking questions, Dark Sage, because we really do like answering questions that anybody has. So if anyone else has any questions, please let us know because we are happy to answer them.
Yeah, we welcome interaction.
To the best of our abilities, for the record. We are not experts on this. We just do the research. I do the research.
Yeah. Yeah, that building was built in the 70s, wasn't it?
Oh my God, so built in the 70s, right? So this is the Alfred P. Murrah building. And Timothy McVeigh felt that the explosion would at least shatter all of the glass, and that so the area, like we're looking at it from the area of the parking lot, right? So like if you look right down there, that's the parking lot that Timothy McVeigh couldn't fit his van into. It's the only time he's ever been too big for something in his life. However, he felt that that the picture of that building with all of the like windows shattered out and all of that, that he felt that that would have been like a really great picture for the cause. The cause being white supremacy.
Yeah, like white supremacy and anti-government, except for all of the Constitution.
Yeah. Don't even get me fucking started. All right, so so McVeigh's original plan had been to detonate the bomb at 11 a.m., but at dawn on April 19th, 1995, he instead decided to destroy the building at 9 a.m. As he drove towards the Murrah Federal Building in the Ryder truck that he had rented, McVeigh carried with him an envelope carrying pages from the Turner Diaries, his favorite fucking book, which is a fictional account of white supremacists who ignite a revolution by blowing up the FBI headquarters at 9:15 one morning using, you guessed it, a truck bomb. I know, right?
Hey,
I think it's time for another wiki quote of the Turner Diaries. It's time for that bullshit.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking at it philosophically, one can't avoid the conclusion that it is corruption, not tyranny, which leads to the overthrow of governments. A strong and vigorous government, no matter how oppressive, usually need not fear a revolution. But a corrupt, inefficient, decadent government, even a benevolent one, is always ripe for revolution. The system we are fighting is both corrupt and oppressive, and we should thank God for corruption. God. I hate this shit. This is like some serious, like, I hate this ahead.
I don't want to use my glass anymore.
Okay. Just drink from the bottle. That's what I was doing every night. So, all right, ready for one more, because this actually pertains to what we are talking about.
Go nuts.
Are you good?
Yeah.
All right. About 45 seconds after the second round, the third one landed on the roof of the south wing of the Capitol and exploded inside the building. They had the range now, and the projectiles began raining down at 4 to 5 second intervals. Practically everyone, including most of the TV crews, had scrambled for cover, but one intrepid cameraman remained at his post. We saw beautiful blossoms of flame and steel sprouting everywhere, dancing across the asphalt, thundering in the midst of splintered masonry and burning vehicles, erupting now inside and outside the Capitol, wrecking their bloody toll in the ranks of tyranny and treason. Yeah, Timby McDoofus thought that this was like a good book.
Ugh.
I hate him. So anyways.
Pasta Boy McNoodle.
Yeah, fuckboy McNoodle. Incel McNoodle.
Ugh.
His name is Incel McNoodle.
I really wish his name was Anthony so we could call him Rigatoni McNoodle.
So McVeigh also wore a printed t-shirt with the motto of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Sic Semper Tyrannis, thus always to tyrants. According to legend, is what Brutus said as he assassinated Julius Caesar, and also is claimed to have been shouted by John Wilkes Booth immediately after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, and the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants, from Thomas Jefferson.
Well, you know what? Fuck Thomas Jefferson, okay?
Yeah, we're not Thomas Jefferson fans on this fucking channel.
Not in the least. God, now my throat's like all tickly.
Take another drink of wine. You're done with the glass at this point, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No touch me, I'm angry.
I go poke. She angry. Oh no, she cried. So, he also carried an envelope full of revolutionary materials that included, get this, a bumper sticker with a slogan falsely attributed to Thomas Jefferson: when the government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. And underneath, McVeigh had written, maybe now there will be liberty, with a hand-copied quote by John Locke asserting that a man has a right to kill someone who takes away his liberty.
That's too much to put on a bumper sticker, you fucking dumbass.
No. He had the bumper sticker shit, and then he just had like a handwritten note with that other shit on it. The John Locke. You were mad about that bumper sticker, weren't you? Oh my god.
God, I was just like, what the fuck? Why would you put all of that on a fucking bumper sticker?
All right, let me get through this, okay? So, Timothy McVeigh entered Oklahoma City at 8:50 a.m. At 8:57, the Regency Towers apartment's lobby security camera recorded the pickup truck that McVeigh had parked earlier, and it recorded it heading towards the Murrah Federal Building. At that same moment, McVeigh lit the 5-minute fuse. 3 minutes later, still a block away, he lit the 2-minute fuse. He parked the Ryder truck in a drop-off zone situated under the building's daycare center and exited and locked the truck, leaving a note on the window of the truck saying, "Do not move, do not tow, truck not abandoned, just needs battery and cables." The fucking audacity of these white folk.
Honestly.
Like, he's just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna like leave this truck here and I'm gonna leave a note on it and they won't tow it because, you know, I said that I just needed to, like, you know, make a quick run to fucking AutoZone."
Ugh, I gotta go get in the zone.
AutoZone.
Gotta make a quick run to Pep Boys because they do everything for less.
So, he exited the truck, obviously, locked the truck, and got into his getaway vehicle, which was like this pastel fucking yellow car. It's so weird looking.
He was driving a banana car.
He was driving a banana car. I think it was a Mercury. Yeah, it's like a fucking Mercury stable or something, and it's like pastel yellow. It's so ugly. I have a picture of it real quick. It's a small picture. Hang on, let me see if I can find a bigger one. I wonder where that car is now. Like, I don't give a shit about where Timothy McVeigh is now because I know it's like heck. But, you know. No, it's a Mercury Grand Marquis. It's like an old lady car. It literally is. And it
sounds like an old lady car.
It really is. Hang on, I'm gonna show it to you. That is an old lady car. Tell me that's not an old fucking lady car.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's literally the car that he used to drive away from the bombing.
So inconspicuous. That looks a lot like my grandma's like 1986 Toyota Camry.
Wow. That's so funny. Yeah. It looks a lot like my step grandma's like Oldsmobile.
So yeah, that's a grandma car. That is specifically a grandma car.
Mm-hmm. It's a grandma car. So he got into the getaway grandma car. And
because nobody would think to pull him over in that because the only person driving that would be a grandma.
Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. So he gets into the car, he drives away and drops the keys to the truck a few blocks away. At 9:02 a.m., the Ryder truck containing over 4,800 pounds of ammonium nitrate fertilizer, nitromethane, and diesel fuel detonated in front of the north side of the 9-story Alfred P. Murrah building. 168 people were killed and hundreds more were injured. 1/3 of the building was destroyed by the explosion, which created a 30-foot wide, 8-foot deep crater on Northwest 5th Street next to the building. The blast damaged 324 buildings within a 4-block radius and shattered glass in 258 nearby buildings. The broken glass alone accounted for 5% of the death total and 69% of the injuries outside of the Murrah Federal Building.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Dumb fuck McVeigh. Now I've got
math here.
What?
I'm doing some math here.
Okay. You do your math. I'm going to go ahead and show a picture of the Murrah building. Look at that. Look at what the fuck he did. Look at that shit. What the frickle frackle?
I think. No,
Yeah.
that's not right.
What?
My math. I think that means that. No, I'm just gonna use my calculator. My brain's too.
Yeah.
Not there.
So I'm looking. I can see this a little bit more clearly than you all can. But if you look at all these buildings around the Murrah building, none of them have glass in their windows.
Oh yeah, all that glass was fucked.
Yeah, I mean it was fucked for like blocks around. But yeah, no, all of those buildings, the glass is just gone from all. I'm surprised the glass is still on all those cars. Like honestly,
it's different glass though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, like if the broken glass accounted for 5% of the death total, that means that broken glass alone killed like 9 people.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Now I have 2 audio recordings of the bombs at Oklahoma City. I'm going to share those right now. You don't actually. I mean, it's. Yeah. I'm going to share these right now. Full screen this.
With regard to this proceeding, basically there are 4 elements that I have to receive information regarding them. Everybody, let me get out of here. Now, what's the electricity on? What's the light? What's the light? Yeah.
Affirmed by attorneys for state and co-personal representatives.
Yep. Yeah.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. So that first one was taken inside of like a water board meeting. Like literally the like meeting was like about like water. Yeah. So the blast destroyed or burned 86 cars around the site, and the destruction of the buildings left several hundred people homeless and shut down a number of offices in downtown Oklahoma City. The explosion was estimated to have caused at least $652 million worth of damage.
What year was this again?
95.
That's right.
This is literally like a few months before you were born. Your mom would have been about like 4 months pregnant with you, 5 months maybe.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. What did I just do?
IDK. But the effect of the blast was equivalent to over 5,000 pounds of TNT and could be heard and felt up to 55 miles away. Seismometers at the Omniplex Science Museum in Oklahoma City, 4 miles away, and the Norman, Oklahoma, 16 miles away, recorded the blast at measuring approximately 3.0 on the Richter magnitude scale. So like they thought that there was actually like an earthquake. They were like, it's a 3.0 earthquake. It was a bomb. It was literally a bomb. The bomb registered as a 3.0 earthquake, which, as people from California, Kate and myself, can tell you, you notice a 3.0.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like you feel that and you're like, oh fuck, I think there was an earthquake.
You're just like, huh? What the fuck? Okay, there's an earthquake. There was one time I was like outside at work smoking, and there was there was like a 3.2 or something, and like I was just standing there smoking, and the guy that was fixing the fountain at work started freaking out, and he's like, "Is that an earthquake? Oh my god, there's an earthquake!" And I was just like, "Oh yeah, there is." And he's like freaking out, and I was like, "Dude, you're not from California, are you?"
Like, bruh, these buildings are these buildings are literally built to withstand that chill. Relax.
Funny story with the Alfred P. Murrah building. There was the possibility of making this building earthquake proof, but in order to save money, the federal government decided, you know what? Let's not even worry about that. We're just going to reinforce the building with rebar, the same exact thing that reinforced what other building? The Twin Towers.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they did that to save a percentage of 1%, like 1% of the like cost of building the building, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like all in all, if they had spent like the extra little bit of money to reinforce the building with the earthquake proof materials, that building would have actually like survived way more than it like they wouldn't have it would not have been as bad as it ended up being.
Wait,
So,
how many zeros are in a million?
6.
6.
So the collapse of the northern half of the building took roughly 7 seconds. So the thing with the bomb is so with bombs, they explode outwards and then they suck all of that air back inwards, which is why a lot of people believe that 2 bombs actually went off at Oklahoma City, which is what started the conspiracy theories around Oklahoma City, including the conspiracy theory that put Alex Jones on the map, that there were more than one bomb and more than one bombers.
Oh, dang.
There's also the belief that Alex Jones has perpetuated, let me finish, that the federal government knew about all of this and didn't do anything about it. Meanwhile, as we have noticed, in the year of our Lord 2020, the federal government can't even get people to stop catching coronavirus. So please keep telling me how the federal government planned the fucking Murrah building bombing.
I wouldn't say they planned it, but they did. I will probably allow that they let it happen.
They let it happen by not keeping a closer eye on Timothy McVeigh after he got out of the Gulf War. I will give you that. However, they didn't know about the bombing before the fact. They didn't know that the bombing itself was going to happen, which is what people like Alex Jones say.
Ah, I see.
Go ahead and tell me what you were going to tell me now, because
I just did the inflation math, and the amount of damage that is done, so like over $652 million. That's 1.1. That's over $1.1 billion today.
Ouch.
Yeah. If you want the exact number, it's $1,113,995,905.51.
Party. So
I don't know why the 51 cents tickled me, but it did.
Yeah, no, it does. It's the like change of it all, you know. They don't round up to the nearest dollar. But the collapse of the northern half of the building took roughly 7 seconds. As the truck exploded, it first destroyed the column next to it, designed as a G20, and shattered the entire glass facade of the building. The shockwave of the explosion forced the lower floors upwards before the 4th and 5th floors collapsed onto the 3rd floor, which housed a transfer beam that ran the length of the building and was being supported by 4 pillars below and was supporting the pillars that held the upper floors. The added weight meant that the third floor gave way along with the transfer beam, which in turn caused the collapse of the building, turning it into, that's not what I wanted to do. Turning it into, well, for lack of a better word and for no words really, this, a visual. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
God, I feel bad because that just made me think of that one bit from Ed, Edd and Eddy where Double D's like, "Is that the support beam to the house?"
I haven't watched that show in over 10 years, so.
Yeah, there's lots of little random bits that are just kind of like part of my family's lexicon at this point.
Yeah, I know, you've told me many a time. All right, so the FBI initially had 3 hypotheses about the responsibility for the bombing. International terrorists, possibly the same group that had carried out the World Trade Center bombing, or at that point, which was only an attempted bombing.
Oh, right! I forgot there was one before 9/11.
Yeah, there was one.
I always forget about that one.
Well, Timothy McVeigh became friends with that guy in prison. Remember him? Timothy McVeigh, the guy that did the first World Trade Center bombing, and Kaczynski, Ted Kaczynski, were all buddies.
That's right. I forgot.
The bomb squad, as I like to refer to them.
They were the bomb.com.
The bombpre.com, because like this happened in 95. But anyways, so
they were the original.
The FBI also believed that it could have been a drug cartel carrying out an act of vengeance against DEA agents because the building had a DEA office. And they believed that it was anti-government radicals attempting to start a rebellion against the federal government, which they were fucking right. It was Timothy McDoucheface.
There you go. You got it. Look at you guys. You're so smart.
McVeigh was arrested within 90 minutes of the bombing happening.
Wow.
I'm not even joking, because he was traveling on the 35 near Perry in Noble County, Oklahoma, and an Oklahoma trooper stopped McVeigh for driving the fucking Mercury Marquis without a license plate and arrested him for having a concealed weapon. Who else did that happen to? Was it Bundy? I feel like it was Bundy.
I'm pretty sure that was Bundy. That sounds like a Bundy thing.
That feels like a Bundy.
Was it without a license plate, or was like, I know it was like a traffic thing. Was it without a license plate, or was it something
Bundy?
else?
I think with Bundy it was something else, but like with McVeigh it was for without a license plate. But I know that Bundy got caught one of the times because he got pulled over by a fucking cop, and then the cop was like, "That's Ted Bundy. I'm gonna arrest him."
Just you guys.
What?
You're never gonna believe this. So I just did a routine traffic stop. This guy had a fucking taillight out or some shit.
All right. Okay.
I get up to the window. You know who it is?
Who?
It's fucking Ted Bundy.
You're a goddamn liar, Bill.
Go look. He's in there right fucking now.
God. You're fucking lying, Bill. You're fucking lying.
He's in there right the fuck now. You go look.
I'm gonna go look, and if I come out, if I get back there and he's not in there, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you, Bill.
All right, but if he is there, I'm gonna fuck your wife or something.
I was literally thinking fuck your wife too. You know what, Bill? You know what? Okay. I'm gonna go in there, and if it's not Ted, and if it is Ted Bundy in there, you can fuck Melissa. That's fine.
All right. I'm gonna fuck your wife.
Okay. Cop goes in there. Hey, are you Ted Bundy?
Ted Bundy. Yeah.
Fuck. Hey, Melissa, honey. It's me. It's Ed.
Oh, hi, Eddie. What's up, honey?
So I really hate to be the one to tell you this, but you have to fuck Bill today after work.
Again? I mean, what? Why?
What?
Why do I have to fuck Bill?
Because he arrested Ted Bundy, and I bet him that he did it. Melissa!
Oh, no. I don't want to fuck Bill. Again?
What?
Your friend?
What did you just say?
I said I don't want to fuck Bill, your friend.
Okay. Well, you have to because I have made a bet. So that's yeah.
Oh, no. Well, when do I have to do this?
After work today.
Oh, I can't believe you would do this to me, honey. Like, I don't understand this. This is just, I'll do it, but I'm not going to like it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, honey.
All right, well, I love you. Bye.
Okay, hello, hello? Melissa? Hello?
It's Melinda.
What?
It's Melinda.
I said Melissa. So, anyways. So, no, that's literally like how it happened with fucking Bundy. And then with McVeigh, McDoucheface. So, anyways, for his home address, McVeigh falsely claimed he resided at Terry Nichols' brother James's house in Michigan. And after booking McVeigh into jail, the trooper searched the patrol car and found a business card which had been concealed by McVeigh after being handcuffed. And written on the back of that card from a military store were the words TNT at $5 a stick. Need more. The card was obviously used as evidence in the trial. And while investigating the VIN from the axle of the truck used in the explosion, the federal agents were able to link the truck to a specific rental agency in Kansas, and using a sketch created with Eldon Elliott, owner of the agency, the agents were able to implicate Timothy McDoucheface in the bombing at Oklahoma City.
Woohoo!
He was also identified by Aaliyah McGowan of the Dreamland Motel, who remembered him parking a large yellow Ryder truck in the lot. And McVeigh had signed in under his real name at the motel using an address that matched the one on his forged license and the charge sheet at the Perry police station. Now, before signing his real name at the motel, McVeigh had used false names for his transactions. However, McGowan noted, people are so used to signing their own name that when they go to sign a phony name, they almost always go to write and then look up for a moment as if to remember the new name that they want to use. That's what McVeigh did, and when he looked up, I started talking to him, and it threw him. McDoucheface literally got distracted by a person talking to him and was like, Timothy McDouche.
Just God, such a mastermind that he can't even fucking multitask.
So smart, such mastermind. Wow. So
SMRT.
So smart.
SMRT. I mean SMART.
SMRT. So, after an April 21st, 1995 court hearing on the gun charges, but before his release, the federal agents took him into custody and continued their investigations in the bombing. Now, rather than talk to the investigators about the bombing, McVeigh immediately demanded an attorney. And having been tipped off by the arrival of the police and the helicopters that a bombing suspect was inside, a restless crowd began to gather outside the jail. Now, while McVeigh's request for a bulletproof vest or transport by helicopter were denied, authorities did use a helicopter to transport him from Perry to Oklahoma City. So this guy has been in a helicopter one more times than I have.
Unfair.
It's so unfair. Why the hell does
How-
Timothy McDoucheface get to ride in a helicopter and I have to pay like $600 to do it?
Just I don't understand how that is like fair and like accurate use of our justice system.
It's not. So go ahead and throw us a couple bucks down below and maybe someday we'll get to ride in a helicopter.
Yeah.
You can find my Venmo at Dakota's Beard or Kate's Venmo at Kate Ulrich 42, or you can support the whole show at patreon.com/ChardonnayTC. That's ChardonHaayTC.
Look at that. I actually signed the whole thing this time.
I know, I'm proud of you. So the federal agents obtained a warrant to search the house of Timothy's father, Bill, where they broke down the door, wired the house and telephone with listening devices, and used the resolution along with the fake addresses that Tim had been using to search for the Nichols brothers, Terry and James. Now, on April 21st, I will give him this. On April 21st, Terry Nichols learned that he was being hunted, and he actually turned himself in. So you know what? Good for you, Terry Nichols.
Yeah, snaps for you. Snaps for you,
Terry Nichols. However, we will get into what happened with Terry Nichols later. So, investigators discovered incriminating evidence at Terry Nichols' home, including ammonium nitrate and blasting caps, the electric drill used to drill out locks, books on bomb making, a copy of Hunter, a 1989 novel by William Luther Pierce, the founder and chairman of the National Alliance, which is a white nationalist group, which is, you know, neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
A hand-drawn map of downtown Oklahoma City on which the Murrah building and the spot where Timothy McVeigh's getaway car was hidden were marked. They had a map where the fucking getaway car was marked and the federal building was marked. What the shit, fuck you guys? After a 9-hour investigation, Terry Nichols was formally held in federal custody until his trial. James Nichols was also arrested, but was released 32 days later due to lack of evidence, and McVeigh's sister was accused of illegally mailing bullets to McVeigh, but she was granted immunity in exchange for testifying against him. And there was actually one other person who was arrested for this case. That was a Jordanian American man traveling from his home in Oklahoma City to visit his family in Jordan, and because they were concerned that Middle Eastern terrorists could have been behind the attack. And, you know, he's like the one Middle Eastern dude in fucking Oklahoma City at the time, I guess. I don't fucking know. But anyways, he was flying out of Oklahoma City same day, just out of, you know, fucking coincidence. But he was released shortly after. The FBI cleared him very quickly. So an estimated 646 people, most of whom were employees, were inside the building when it exploded. And by the end of the day, 14 adults and 6 children were confirmed dead and over 100 injured. The toll eventually reached 168 confirmed dead, not including an unmatched left leg that could have belonged to an unidentified 169th victim, or could have belonged to any one of the 8 victims who had been buried without a left leg.
Yikes.
That leg comes to play in a little bit again, actually.
Oh boy.
It's weird. It's what was the name of the tire from that movie?
The tire?
Yeah, that tire that like blew stuff up. Was
Robert?
it Robert? Robert the Tire. Yeah.
I wasn't aware it had a name.
Yeah, it's Robert. Robert the Tire. In rubber. Yeah.
Okay. God,
Yeah,
what a movie.
the tire's name is Robert. It's hilarious. They like named the fucking tire. So
That's
anyway.
fucking hilarious to me. I just knew that the tire could blow things up with its mind that it apparently had, and that it had a tire boner for a chick.
Yeah, no, a tire named Robert suddenly comes to life. Yeah. So I'm just like trying to imagine what the leg's name is. Like, I'm just gonna call the leg Sheila. Now, more deaths resulted from the collapse of the building rather from the bomb blast itself. And those killed those of the 163 killed were that were in the building. One person was in the Athenian building. One person was in a parking lot across the street. A man and a woman were in the Oklahoma Water Resources building, which is where we heard that meeting from. Remember that first sound of the bomb going off?
Mm-hmm.
And a rescue worker was struck in the head by debris.
Oh.
He wasn't wearing a hard hat. Now, Timothy McDoucheface's later response to the range of casualties was, "I didn't define the rules of engagement in this conflict. The rules, if not written down, are defined by the aggressor. It was brutal, no holds barred. Women and kids were killed at Waco and Ruby Ridge. You put back in the government's face is exactly what they're giving out." He later stated, "I wanted the government to hurt like the people of Waco and Ruby Ridge had." Meanwhile, I do feel that it is very necessary to mention, yes, Ruby Ridge was fucking horrible. However, Waco, that fucking fate, that guy, oh my God, David Koresh was fucking little girls. So, yeah, the kids didn't deserve to die. David Koresh did.
Yeah, I'll say that much. Yeah.
So at 9:03 a.m., the first of over 1,800 911 calls related to the bombing was received by emergency medical services. By that point, the police, ambulance, and firefighters had literally heard the blast from where they were all at and had converged on the scene. Nearby citizens had also heard the blast, obviously. And within 23 minutes of the bombing, there was a state of emergency declared in Oklahoma. There was a bunch of different agencies, including the National Weather Service. I don't know how they helped. The Air Force, the Civil Air Patrol, and the American Red Cross.
The Weather Service?
The Weather Service.
I don't know.
They're
Maybe did they have like ways to airlift people out of there? Like what
maybe,
what were y'all doing there?
No idea. Mm-mm. Not a fucking clue. I am too. So here's even funnier than the Weather Service. So the 1996 movie Twister was filming nearby. So that movie was filming nearby, and a bunch of the cast and crew left the set and came to help dig out people from the rubble.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
You really? Twister?
I haven't seen it like all the way through very many times, but that's one of those movies that like I grew up with my family watching, so like I've sentimentality attached to it, but I do remember liking it.
Yeah. So within the first hour, 50 people were rescued from the Murrah Federal Building. Victims were sent to every hospital in the area, and the day of the bombing, 153 people were treated at St. Anthony Hospital, 8 blocks from the blast, and over 70 people were treated at Presbyterian Hospital. 41 people were treated at University Hospital, and 18 were treated at the Children's Hospital. Ugh. The site had and weird thing, the site actually had to be periodically evacuated because the police started receiving tips claiming that other bombs had been planted inside the building. Wait, why do people do that shit? Why I don't understand it. They're like, oh, a building exploded. Hey, police. Hi, police. This is Marianne Louisa, and I wanted to tell you that that some guy planted more bombs inside the building.
Fuck. All right, clear it out.
I'm just an old lady who lives alone, and I just want to talk to somebody. So let me talk to you about where all of the extra bombs are.
Ma'am, we just have to evacuate the building right now.
Stair, and then you're gonna go up another 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 stair. We're going all the way to the 4th floor, so this is gonna take a while. Then we're gonna go up another.
Clear it out, people. Clear it out.
And then we're gonna go up another stair.
Checks on the phone like 20 minutes later. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And then when you walk down the hallway, then there's gonna be a desk, and then next to that desk there's a plant, and inside the plant there's a bomb.
Thank you so much for your time. What was your name again?
Mary Louise Parker.
Okay, thank you for your concern.
Okay. And then there's another one. So then when you go to the left, then you're going to come to a stairwell, and then you're going to go up another stair, and then you're going to go up another stair.
Oh my God. You know what that just made me think of?
What?
The neck bone's connected to the neck bone. Connected to the neck bone. Oh, there's 7 cervical vertebrae.
So anyway, we gotta, I know that it's insensitive, but we do have to make some jokes with this kind of thing. Otherwise we have nightmares. It's bad. So.
Oh God, seriously.
It's really bad. So anyways, at 10:28 a.m., rescuers found what they believed to be the second bomb, and some rescue workers refused to leave until the police ordered a mandatory evacuation of a 4-block area around the site. And the device was determined to be a 3-foot-long TOW missile. Excuse me, used in the training of federal agents and bomb sniffing dogs. And although it wasn't actually live, it had been marked live in order to mislead arms traffickers in a planned law enforcement sting. So, that's the thing with federal buildings. They got a lot of shit going on, and terrorists need to fucking calm the fuck down. So anyway. The search efforts resumed 45 minutes later, and the last survivor, a 15-year-old girl found under the base of the collapsed building, was rescued at about 7 p.m. Now, this is actually, I don't actually remember the name of this woman, but I know that there was one story of a woman who was trapped inside of the building, and she had to have her leg amputated. So the hospital sent over whoever was on call that day, to help rescue people and stuff. And they sent over their surgeon, and their surgeon had to actually amputate a woman's leg while she was inside the rubble. And his scalpels kept breaking, and he ended up having to cut off the worst part of her tendons with a pocket knife.
Ah! Oh, yeah. Oh no, thank you.
Another woman who was caught in the rubble said that the only thing that she could hold on to was the disembodied hand of someone else. Like she reached out and felt someone's hand and was like, I'm going to squeeze this hand. And then she looked over and saw that it like, there was nothing there. It was, and she was like so freaked out that she just kept holding on to it because she didn't have anything else to hold on to. And she needed to hold on to something. And that kept like, how fucked up is that? People are just like groping body parts.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's what old Timmy Face did. So.
Fucking noodle boy.
Goddamn noodle. Rescue and recovery efforts were concluded at 12:05 a.m. on May 5th, by which time the bodies of all but 3 victims had been recovered. For safety reasons, the body was initially slated to be demolished shortly after, but McVeigh's attorney, Stephen Jones, the whitest name fucking ever, filed a motion to delay the demolition until the defense team could examine the site in preparation for the trial. At 7:02 a.m. on May 23rd, more than a month after the bombing, the Murrah Federal Building was demolished, and the command center remained active and was staffed 24 hours a day until the demolition of the building. The final 3 bodies to be recovered were those of 2 credit union employees and a customer. And for several days after the building's demolition, trucks hauled away 800 tons of debris a day from the site.
God. That's 400 elephants.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's crazy.
Now, some of the debris was used as evidence in the trials. Some was incorporated into memorials. Some was donated to local schools. I don't know why. And some was sold to raise funds for relief efforts. And if anybody out there has any of those pieces of building, please reach out to me at chardonnaytruecrime@gmail.com.
Yeah, we're curious.
I'm curious, and also I would love like a little piece of that for my murderabilia collection, to be perfectly honest.
I think that's valid.
Thank you. I am packing up my murderabilia collection at the moment. I'm packing and getting ready to move to Nevada next month, and I'm driving out again in like a couple weeks, or maybe a week or something. I don't know. I'm driving
Your
out.
shelves are gonna look so cool, man.
My God, they're gonna look so cool. I already have like most of my murderabilia stuff all packed up. And dude, it looks so good. It's gonna look so fucking cool. But anyways, so there was actually like, I love this because this is like always my instinct when there's a natural disaster or like a disaster or something. The response was immediately to help from Oklahoma. Like Oklahoma fucking turned out to help. They were like donating shit like crazy, like wheelbarrows, bottled water, helmet lights, knee pads, rain gear. I mean, people were even donating fucking football helmets. They're all like, whatever y'all need, we fucking got you. We got you.
You said rain gear. I misheard you until I read the note.
I think I said.
I thought you said reindeer, and I was like, why the fuck would they need reindeer?
Rudolph, your nose glows. Get in there.
Anyway.
Now, the sheer quantity of all those donations caused kind of an inventory issue, which is understandable. But, you know, they were able to, like, help. Oklahoma Restaurant Association actually provided the rescue workers with 15,000 to 20,000 meals over a 10-day period because there was that many people working to rescue people in the building.
Dang.
The Salvation Army served over 100,000 meals, provided over 100,000 ponchos, gloves, hard hats, and knee pads to rescue workers. Local residents and those from further afield responded to the request for blood donations, and over 9,000 units of blood were donated after this catastrophe.
How much is a unit of blood?
It's a pint.
Oh, okay.
It's when you donate blood, they only take a pint of blood.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So.
Well, the human body's only got about 4 quarts of blood in it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how many ounces that is, but meh, it is what it is. Anyways, so only
I do. That's like
how many?
that should be like 32 ounces because a pint is I think a pint is 2 cups and 1 cup is I think 1 cup is 16 ounces or it's either 16 ounces or 8 ounces. So it's either
a pint is 16 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I was on the right track.
This is 12 ounces. A regular beer is about 12 ounces of beer. So I've had 3 pints of beer.
I peeled off the label on mine, so I don't remember how much is in this.
Anyway, so of the over 9,000 units of blood, pints of blood donated, only 131 were used, and the rest were stored in blood banks. Now, the task force that was put together for the investigation was the largest task force since the assassination of President Kennedy, with 900 federal, state, and local law enforcement personnel, including 300 FBI agents, 200 officers from the Oklahoma City Police Department, 125 members of the Oklahoma National Guard, and 55 officers from the Oklahoma Department of Public Safety. McVeigh's trial began on April 24th, 1997, and the United States was represented by a team of prosecutors led by Joseph Hartzler. In his opening statement, Hartzler outlined McVeigh's motivations and the evidence against him. McVeigh said that he had developed a hatred of government during his time in the Army after reading the Turner Diaries. It all goes back to the fucking Turner Diaries.
Yeah, I started hating the government when I became a fucking racist.
Yeah, I started hating the government when I decided that black people were not good.
You know, as soon as I realized that white people were better than everyone else and should be the only ones in charge of anything ever, you know, I just realized that the government is just fucked, man.
It's totally lame, you guys. I don't know why he sounds like he's from the Midwest, but he does. You're welcome.
You keep using like a Minnesota voice for these like people.
Yeah,
like
I don't know why I'm doing that with McVeigh, but that's just what's coming to me. So you know what? I'm just gonna go there. The United States government totally sucks, you guys. We are obviously the master race.
Yeah, he just looks like a fucking Nazi, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I need to find a picture really quick.
Oh, my penguin phone. There we go.
Your penguin phone?
Yeah, I was like fiddling with it and then I dropped it.
Yeah, these are the kinds of guys that fucking fuckboy McVeigh would hang out with, and let me just say, they are the saddest fucking sacks of shit I have ever fucking seen. I'm gonna share this picture because it's just too funny to me.
Is it a picture of the Illinois Nazis?
No, it's just a bunch of fucking Nazis.
Ugh.
We're the master race, you guys. Look at us. We're the master race.
God.
Look at their fucking posture. Like, yeah, this is, you know what? Yeah, you guys are absolutely right. That is the, as Tarantino put it in Inglourious Bastards, the master race at play.
They just look like a bunch of dumbasses.
They really do.
I hate Oklahoma Nazis.
Yeah, Oklahoma Nazis. Na, 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 na. Do, 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 do.
Baby clothes.
Oh my god, stop. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna get really sad about how Dan Aykroyd doesn't know that I exist again, and I'm gonna start crying on the show. Is that what you want from me?
Sure, I cried so much today. You should cry too with me.
Why did you cry?
Oh, because I was watching stuff about Schitt's Creek and I was all emotional.
Oh, yeah, I have literally, Kate knows this, I've literally cried because Dan Aykroyd doesn't know that I exist.
And you know what? That's valid emotions, my friend.
You're just happy that I was feeling any emotion.
I'm always happy when you feel emotion. Because
I'm not.
I know you're secretly a softie that I won't tell anyone about.
No, you're a monster. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Okay, so shut up. So McVeigh's beliefs were supported by what he saw as the militia's ideological oppression to the increases in taxes and the passage of the bill of the Brady Bill, and were further reinforced by Waco and the Ruby Ridge incidents.
The Brady Bunch passed their own bill?
Yeah. The prosecutor called... God, that was so stupid. So the Brady Bill was a Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act. It was passed. It mandated federal background checks on firearm purchasing. It's the reason why I technically could not own a firearm. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound like something they'd talk about on the Brady Bunch at all.
On this special episode of the Brady Bunch, Jan tries to buy a gun.
God, it would be Jan too, wouldn't it?
It would.
Oh boy. Marsha!
This isn't about you, Jan! It never is! Oh god. Oh my god. All right. Come on, keep it together. I got 2 more pages to go.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Not even 2 more pages. I'm almost done. All right. So the prosecution called, get this, 137 witnesses, including Michael Fortier, his wife Lori, Timothy McVeigh's sister, Jennifer McVeigh, all of whom testified to confirm that McVeigh hated the government and that he decided to take a militant action against it. Both Fortiers testified that McVeigh had told them of his plans to bomb the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building, and Michael Fortier revealed that McVeigh had chosen the date, and Lori Fortier testified that she had created the false identification card that McVeigh used to rent the Ryder truck. A key point of contention in the case was the unmatched left leg that what did I say I was calling it?
Sheila.
Yeah. That was found after the bombing, and although it was initially believed to be from a male, it was determined later to belong to Lakshia Levy, a female member of the Air Force who had been killed in the bombing. Levy's coffin had to be reopened so that her leg could be replaced, and they took out an unmatching leg that had been previously buried with her remains.
Oh boy.
The unmatched leg had been embalmed along with the rest of the pieces of her that they had found, which prevented authorities from being able to extract DNA to find out the owner. So it was argued that the leg could have belonged to another bomber, possibly John Doe number 2, and the prosecution disputed the claim, saying the leg could have belonged to any one of the 8 victims who had been buried without a left leg.
So this is your lesson. This is your life lesson and your death lesson. Don't bother with embalming. It's pointless. It helps nothing.
I have said this in the past to people around me, and I am saying this for the record. When I die, I want my body to be donated to the body farm.
Cool.
Yeah. I want them to be able to learn shit from my death. So give my body to the body farm.
Awesome. Yeah, like embalming, like there's so much shit.
Only. It's literally just for funerals. It's totally cosmetic. You don't need to be embalmed. It's not illegal to get. My great uncle just died a week ago today, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not getting embalmed. He's getting cremated, and then his ashes are being scattered out near the Channel Islands.
Yeah, I don't remember why it came up, but like my dad was saying that like he doesn't want to be buried. He wants to be cremated and then like scattered over like the outfield of a baseball field. And I was like, okay, but yeah, embalming is purely a vanity thing.
Yeah.
Like there's like no amount of embalming is going to keep you perfectly preserved forever. You're gonna rot in the ground regardless. You're gonna
not pump your body full of chemicals anyway. Like I'm just saying.
Like the funeral industry really preys on people's grief and vanity. So don't fall for that shit. You don't need to be embalmed. You can just go in a box in a hole in the ground.
Yep.
Don't fucking worry about it.
Don't do it, bitch.
And this is I will step off of my soapbox. I will step off of my soapbox now, but I just have a lot of feelings about.
You're gonna fall off of your soapbox like Timothy McVeigh did when he was a kid.
Oh, that bastard was probably shoved off of his soapbox.
McDonald quadrants. Quadrants.
All right.
The jury deliberated for 23 hours.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No.
That's just a day.
Just, 1 hour short of an entire day. But on June 2nd, 1997, McVeigh was found guilty on 11 counts of murder and conspiracy. And although the defense argued for a reduced sentence of life imprisonment, McVeigh was sentenced to death. And in May 2001, the Justice Department announced that the FBI had mistakenly failed to provide over 3,000 documents to McVeigh's defense counsel. But the Defense Department also announced that the execution would be postponed for 1 month for the defense to review the documents. And on June 6th, federal judge Richard Paul Match ruled the documents would not prove McVeigh innocent and ordered the execution to proceed.
Get fucked.
Before he got killed in prison, he became pretty close friends with our dear, dear friends, the Unabomber and the guy who did the original bombing of the World Trade Center, the first bombing. I think it was in 93. Yeah, it was 1993. His name was Ramzi Youssef. That's what it was. Ramzi Youssef. So he became buddies with Ramzi Youssef and Ted Kaczynski.
I was just like, why does that name sound so familiar? It's because we fucking mentioned him when we talked about Kaczynski.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, I've gotten through this much wine.
Yeah, no, I how much wine?
This much? This is all I have left. This is a new bottle.
Keithan. Yeah, I've gotten through 3 beers and I was angry. Okay?
I'm
angry.
still angry.
I'm absolutely angry, but don't forget we have a meeting after this. Alrighty. Anyways, so McVeigh invited conductor David Woodworm to perform pre-requiem mass music on the eve of his execution, and while reproachful of McVeigh's capital wrongdoing, Woodward consented and came to like give him like, I don't know, mass or something. It's like they was just like, hey, do you want to come give me like a church service? And that guy was like, yeah, I guess. Fine.
Just all right, fine.
Hey guy. Wait. Hey guy. I'm getting hey, so you're like a guy, right? You're that guy that does the thing?
I am a guy who does do a thing.
Yeah, the thing with like Jesus and stuff, right?
Mass?
Yeah, that. You do that.
Sometimes. Usually on Sundays.
So I really like that mass music. You know that mass music that I'm talking about? The music that they do at the mass?
Hymns?
Yeah. So I'm a prisoner. Can you come do the mass music for me?
I guess. I mean, I've got an opening. I mean, I guess I could skip a thing on a Sunday.
No, I need you to come tomorrow.
Who are you?
Timothy?
Oh, I heard of this like terrorist imprisoning Timothy. You know him?
Yeah, that's me.
You want me to come play some hymns for you?
Yes, please.
Aren't you gonna die soon?
Yeah, in like 2 days. So can you come tomorrow?
Oh, dip? Yeah. All right.
Oh, dip.
Yeah. I got you. I got you, guy.
I'll see you in like 2 days. All right, bye.
All right, bye. See you tomorrow.
I love you. Bye. Bye. Can you imagine how fucking awkward that would be? Just like, all right, I love you. Bye. Click. All right. So after President George W. Bush approved the execution, Timothy McVeigh was he was a federal inmate, and the federal law dictates that the president must approve the execution of federal prisoners. But after George W. Bush approved the execution, which is like the one good thing that Bush did in his administration, he was executed by lethal injection at the Federal Correctional Complex Terre Haute in Terre Haute, Indiana on June 11th, 2001.
Hey, that's my brother's birthday.
It's also 3 months to the day before 9/11 happened.
Yep.
Can you imagine what Timothy McVeigh would have thought of 9/11?
Oh, I don't wanna.
He would have been angry about it because like that got way more national attention than what he did.
Yeah, if Timothy McVeigh was still alive, he would be so salty about 9/11. Oh my god.
He would have been pissed.
Just wow. These and like being especially like being a white supremacist, like wow, these fucking foreigners got more attention.
They got more attention. They started the war that I wanted.
Just fucking bullshit, man.
My jaw just cracked. Ow. Yeah,
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. So McVeigh would have been fucking pissed about it. However, his execution was transmitted on closed circuit television so that the relatives of the victims could witness the death. And his execution was the first federal execution in 38 years. Terry Nichols stood trial not once, but twice. Terry Nichols was first tried by the federal government in 1997 and found guilty of conspiring to build weapons of mass destruction in 8 counts of involuntary manslaughter of federal officers.
Dang.
Yeah. He was sentenced on June 4th, 1998 to life without parole, and the state of Oklahoma in 2000 sought a death penalty conviction on 161 counts of first-degree murder. But 160 non-federal agent victims and 1 fetus. And on May 26, 2004, the jury found him guilty on all charges, but deadlocked on the issue of sentencing him to death. And the judge determined that a sentence of 161 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole was what he got. So that's what he got. In March 2005, FBI investigators acting on a tip searched a buried crawl space in Terry Nichols' former home and found additional explosives that had been missed in the preliminary search after he was arrested. And now we get back to Drama Queen McBoo. So when McVeigh asked if there were any other conspirators in the bombing, he replied, "You can't handle the truth."
Oh my fucking God. You're not.
Go ahead.
You're not Jack Nicholson, Noodle Boy.
Yeah, Noodle Boy. You can't handle the truth because the truth is I blew up the Murrah building. And isn't it kind of scary that one man could wreak this kind of hell? On the morning of his execution, a letter was released in which he had written, "For those die-hard conspiracy theorists who refuse to believe this, I turn the tables and say, show me where I needed anyone else. Financing, logistics, specialized tech skills, brain power, strategy. Show me where I needed a dark, mysterious Mr. X."
All right, edgelord.
Yeah, total edgelord.
Wouldn't you like to know, Noodle Boy?
Yeah, wouldn't you like to know, Noodle Boy?
I feel like I'm about to have the hiccups again.
That is the story of Timothy Fuckface McVeigh.
Fucking Noodle Boy.
Noodle fucking boy. McDoucheface.
What if that was his thing, that he fucked noodles?
Ew. Just like make a plate, like big ass pot of pasta just to like fuck it.
Is that more or less weird than fucking an apple pie?
I feel like fucking food in general is just like not cool.
That's fair. That also just makes me think of Anthony. Cooking naked is dangerous.
There's people that go hungry in this fucking country. Like, God, don't waste food that way.
Yeah. And quite frankly, if you like fuck your food and then eat it, I have even more questions.
I don't even want to think about why.
Well, it's not wasting the food, but it's just a whole other thing.
It's seasoning. I said that.
Is salt really a seasoning?
What do you think of Timothy McDoucheface?
I am so glad he is
Noodle
dead.
McDoucheface. Noodle McDoucheface.
Noodle Boy is
Noodle
definitely...
Boy.
Noodle Boy's death is certainly not a loss to this world.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, Noodle Boy's execution passes the vibe.
It passes the vibe check. Wait. Welcome to the House of Vibes. State your name.
Noodle Boy? Not a vibe!
Not a vibe.
Oh no, I'm stuck. Shit.
Oh no. Alright, it's okay. At least you weren't doing that thing that you did with the Alfred Fish episode that made me that just made me a little bit want to fight. No, Kate, no. Alright, it's not as bad as the Alfred Fish episode for some reason.
It could be.
I hate you. Stop. Kate. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. So if you enjoyed the show and us getting fucking wasted talking about goddamn fucking Noodle Boy McFuckface, feel free to throw us a couple bucks on Venmo. My Venmo is at Dakota's Beard. Kate's is at Kate Rolrick 42. Or you can support the show where we're going to have a lot of really cool, interesting stuff. And Kate and I are literally an hour and 15 minutes late to a meeting about all that shit. Because we're here entertaining you.
You're welcome, everybody.
You're welcome. We'll be back on Tuesday. We will see you soon. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Chardonnay True Crime, at Facebook Chardonnay True Crime. Join our Facebook group. It is Chardonnay True Crime. And our YouTube channel, Chardonnay True Crime.
We are consistent, if nothing else.
Yeah. Except on Patreon, where it's Chardonnay TC. All right. Until Tuesday, say goodnight, Kate.
Good night, Kate.
Good night, and don't be fucking Noodle Boy, I guess.
Yeah, definitely don't fuck Noodle Boy.
No, fuck Noodle. I said don't be a Noodle Boy.
You said don't be fucking Noodle Boy.
I said don't be a fucking Noodle Boy.
Oh, I missed the A. All right.
Yeah.
But both are valid. Don't do either.
Don't do either, because he's dead, and that's necrophilia.
Ugh. And that's yucky.
That is yucky. Bye.